coming up.
We've been friends for 2 years and I know your birth story. I know how many stitches you had after labour, but I didn't know your name.
She's like, oh my God, I knew it.
My husband was like, what made you do that? Why would you ever think that's okay? And he was like, Mummy told me to.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
I think there's been a bit of miscommunication. Yes. So my son will literally like press the button and go, Mum, and I look and he goes like that, ding. We have the brilliant Ollie Locke joining us today. Our first dad's on the show.
Turns out I'm absolutely useless at girls' clothing.
Oh.
For him, it's fine. I can make him look like a little Ralph model and that's fine. They had to be flown down by an ambulance jet. They started off in a private jet. They've been business. Now they're in economy. That's why they're crying.
Oh my God. Hello, welcome back to No Parental Guidance.
your safe space for all the parents out there that feel like they're failing.
Or just winging it in life.
I mean, I do that all the time.
I mean, I feel like we're all winging it in life.
Every day.
We have to. I mean, that's the only way to actually, well, parenting, isn't it? We're all winging it. So we're right in the thick of summer holidays. How's it been for you? Any parenting fails this week?
I had a bit of an incident where I don't condone violence, but a little boy was mean to my little boy.
Ooh.
My little boy's 6 and this boy was 8.
Oh no.
And he wasn't very nice to him.
Oh,
so
no.
I said, listen, that is not okay. Like it's not okay for somebody to be nasty to you, be horrible and say something about his physical feature that's not very nice. So I got the heavies in. I got my oldest son and I said, listen, they look like the Mitchell brothers from EastEnders. Nice. And I was like, listen, Bradley, you shouldn't let somebody your age speak to your little brother like that. It's not okay. And I was like, if he does it again, just little shove back, don't do it again. And he'll leave you alone. Then if he comes at you, they do karate. So basically my eldest son had a fight. And then my husband was like, what made you do that? Why would you ever think that's okay? And he was like, Mummy told me to.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
I
think there's been a bit of miscommunication.
Yes.
I didn't mean like get him in a headlock on a concrete floor. I didn't mean that.
Oh God, did he get that
No,
bad?
it wasn't that extreme, but it was I got a call.
Did you get a call from the mum?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, that's all right then. So it was, that's all right. That's good.
Yeah, but I would just be like, listen, your son wasn't mean to my... And then I'm like, I'm nearly 40. Yeah. Like, I can't say that to an adult. Like, your son was mean to my son, so I'll meet you in the circle at playground, yeah?
I have done that though. I have texted mum saying, there seems to be a disagreement between our children. And, my son came home crying and this mum's like, well, my son said it was your son. And like, oh God, this is awkward. I was like, let's just have a play date. Let's have some wine and we'll just talk it through. And that never happened.
I was going to say,
don't have play dates anymore.
And do you see her at school? Like, do you speak to each other?
Yeah. No, it's just casual, kind of like acknowledge each other and just agree to disagree that we are probably, kids should stay apart from each other.
But you probably slag each other off behind each other's backs.
I would never talk about her on a podcast.
No. But seriously, we don't like her.
Seriously, no.
But there's always those parents that you have these incidents with, and it might be in year 1, but you don't gravitate naturally towards them. And then it comes like year 5, year 6, year 7. Do you ever kind of chat, or does it like it's like when a girl dumped my son at school, and in year 2, I'm like the mum was always chatting to me before, and then I felt like because our kids broke up. Our friendship finished. Of
course.
And it's like, does that go on for the rest of the academic life? Or do we make friends? Will I see her in Vodka Revs one day?
You'll have to just meet up on the side, have your own play dates without the kids, I guess. But I've got to a point where I've been talking quite nicely to one of the mums for a good 3 years now. And I don't really know her name. And it's got too far now.
And you know the kids' names.
I know the kids' names, but I can't say, I don't even want to say it here just in case she's listening and she's like, oh my God, I knew it. But it's gone too far now. Yeah. We've been friends for like 3 years.
Is she in your phone as such and such's mum?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you find though, when you have your first baby, I found that transition really difficult where you are like always Hannah at work, you've got like your career and everyone knows who you are. And then you have a baby and you go to a group and it's like, oh, you're Bradley's mum.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Bradley's mum.
So someone says
and
mum.
I don't know about you, but I found that transition quite difficult where it's like, oh no, but I'm Hannah.
Yeah, well, it's part of losing your identity when you become a parent. And it's such a thing. Like I really felt like I lost part of my identity when I became a mum.
Yeah.
No one even called me Louise anymore.
Yeah.
It was just, Basil's mum or Sonny or Inca's mum. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough because you lose your identity, like your body changes, your mindset changes, you're a different person because you're a mum, but you don't know how you're supposed to act and be.
Yeah.
And it's like this huge transition of just, oh, you're Bradley's mum.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 years of baby groups before you would actually learn people's names and then go, oh, like your name's actually Susie.
Yeah.
And we've been friends for 2 years and I know your birth story. I know how many stitches you had after labour, but I didn't know your name.
I got quite pleasantly surprised the other day on a play date when my son's friend called me by my first name.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, excuse me, or Sonny's mum, or oi. It was like, Louise, please may I, la la la. I was like, oh, that's nice.
What
Just
a nice
you can.
boy.
Here's some more snacks. Talking of play dates, so that's part of my huge parenting fail this week. Although I kind of feel it wasn't actually my fault. I was stuck in the middle of it.
Okay.
And this is because of my wonderful father-in-law.
Yeah.
You know, and he's brilliant. And he's very kind of, you know, he grew up in the 1950s where parenting and being a child was very different.
Yeah, yeah.
And he does, you know, he gets boxing gloves out with them and like he wants them to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, you're teaching. So he taught my kids to punch people in the face.
Yeah.
And then I get the call from nursery, you know, your kid's punching people in the face. And I'm like,
yeah,
I know this. And like, you know, he gives them their own boxing gloves and I'm like, let's tone it down, shall we? So I said to my father-in-law, I was like, we can't play with those anymore in the house. But thanks, you know, maybe some Lego would be great.
It's like my son went to a friend's house and the dad used to be in the military and he had a man-sized sword in the drawer, like the cupboard.
Yeah.
So we were all downstairs having a few drinks, a bit of a barbecue. And it's like, you know, I always feel a bit weird when my kids go upstairs in other people's houses because I'm like, oh, don't. Because I'd feel weird if kids are going upstairs, going through my knicker drawer and stuff.
I can't bear it,
I don't have anything exciting in my knicker drawer because they're all from like, you know, my postpartum massive beige pants. But I'd feel a bit weird if kids are going through the drawers. And basically Logan found at the time he was 5, found the sword in the cupboard and picked it up and it was really heavy. So he dropped it near his foot. And then my friend's dad kind of heard the noise and was like, oh God, I've left the cupboard open. And I didn't know what was in the cupboard. And they looked, him and my friend, the partner, like looked at each other as if the cupboard's open. I was like, oh my God, there's going to be loads of sex toys and the kids are going to come down with like stuff. And it was like, oh no, Logan's just got the sword out the cupboard and dropped it just by his toe.
Holy
And I was like, oh my goodness. But to them, it's like their kids know not to go in there.
Of course.
And they know that it's a dangerous weapon. But because I've got boys and they have swords and guns and stuff like that, it's quite scary.
It is quite scary. Lock it up.
Yeah, just put a lock on the door.
Yeah.
This week, we are thrilled to welcome our very first dad to the podcast.
He's one of the original reality TV stars from Made in Chelsea.
And a proud new father to twins, Apollo and Cosima.
A man who's sharing his journey into parenthood with honesty, humour and heart. We have the brilliant Ollie Locke joining us today. Welcome to Parental Guidance.
Thank
our first
you.
dad's on the show.
First dad, we're so excited. We want to ask you everything about parenting and how it is for you. But we'll start off, what's your parenting fails? Have you got any at the top of your head?
I tell you what, when you have, so I've got a boy and a girl, and
Yeah, you have twins.
I
don't even know how.
yeah.
I don't even know how.
they're 2 on Tuesday.
Oh wow, right in the toddlers.
So they are, and they're little divas. Well, she certainly is.
Yeah.
But something that I've realised is because I used to thought I was quite a fashionable guy. I thought that was kind of, I quite like my fashion. Turns out I'm absolutely useless at girls' clothing because I'm not used to it. Because I don't, shockingly, dress in women's clothing every day. But for him, it's fine. I can make him look like a little Ralph model and that's fine. Like wearing a little Ralph model, make it a little me kind of thing. That's fine. But girls, no idea how to do tights. No idea how to do
tights
hair.
can be tricky.
Yeah.
They're a nightmare.
Yeah, they can be. It gets worse as well.
Great.
Sorry.
but also hair. Girls' hair.
Yes,
I don't know how to plait. I don't know how to
I'm
put
going
it
to
up.
presume you're not one of the dads that gets like the Henry Hoover. Have you seen those where you put a bobble around the edge of it?
Have you seen this?
With the hair and then they just flick the bobble off.
It's a great hack.
Yeah.
It's a great hack.
Yeah. Hair in Hoover. I'm going to presume that's not your style, though.
That's not my style,
No.
but also it's one of those things that I do sit there and wonder, I'm a massive clean freak when it comes, and germaphobe, and so I really don't like the idea of someone putting my daughter's hair in a Hoover.
Yeah.
Where it's literally what you clean is crap. Like it's so disgusting.
That's true. Yep.
So that would send me. That would send me.
So what do you do then when your daughter wants a hair putting in a plant? Now my little girl's actually 2 on the 11th of this month, so they're obviously very, very close.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't have any hair yet.
Really?
So people think that she's a little boy, so I dress her in pink dresses all the time.
Yes. Fine.
But what do you do on a morning when she wants her hair doing? Do you just have to like watch a video on YouTube, or?
If I'm completely honest, I get the nanny to do it. But
Do you-
yeah,
she looks
That's
flawless.
great. It's great that you have a nanny. I was going to say.
I have to, otherwise I can't work. It's
Well,
just-
I know it's hard. You got 2.
I know, and they are 2, and they're running around, and it's one of those
chaos.
I did do a fail with him the other day, which actually it's gone viral on my phone. I'm really pleased with it because I put it up because I was like, this is ridiculous.
That's brilliant.
I turned around and he was halfway through the cat flap and now manages to
brilliant.
go through the cat flap. And
This is your son,
Yeah.
the boy.
Yeah.
Do you find that there is a difference between the boy and the girl?
beyond ridiculously, yes, of course. It is.
Yeah.
She's happy sitting there wandering around with life and playing with a dinosaur. He needs to constantly open and shut doors.
Yeah.
Do anything mechanical. He's fascinated with a hinge for some reason, and everything's a nightmare. And he will do everything to hurt himself, banging
Yes.
his head,
Yeah.
everything.
And does
But
he cry if he hurts himself, or does he just get back up, get back on
A
it,
bit of both.
get
Bit of
back on
both,
the
but
hinge?
Sometimes it's actually just like, yeah, I know. I've hit
And
my
do they
head,
get
so-
on?
Yes, sharing's funny.
Oh, sharing.
Yeah.
That's a weird one, and although amazing, it's a whether they want to share is up to them that minute.
And do
Yeah.
they like the same toys? Because I'd presume that they would want different things. But I guess naturally, if it's a sibling that's got a toy and they want it, they will take it.
Yes, there's a fairly skanky. It's always the horrible things you don't want, isn't it? You don't want them to have that toy. You give them everything, a wooden, beautiful.
Everything.
I did buy our surrogates' kids a Nerf gun. Well, that's the worst decision I've ever made
Yes.
because those Nerf gun things I'm still finding. There was
They
like 50
hurt.
of them.
Oh, yeah.
And they hurt
They do
Yeah.
hurt. And
Yeah.
you find them in all sorts of places.
everywhere. We're still finding
Yeah.
them a year later. Seriously, like suddenly they're under it. God knows where that's been. It's amazing.
And how did you find the transition of becoming a father and having twins? Like, what was that whole process like for you mentally? Because we talk about the mental load of like mums and childbirth and babies. So it's really nice to have a different perspective on it from a dad and how that process was for you.
If I'm completely honest, we had no idea what we were doing.
Well, none of us do.
None of us
no.
do.
Yeah.
But I think that was something quite interesting because we weren't there every day with our surrogate.
Mm.
And then suddenly at 31 weeks, they decided to come along.
That's right. They were premature,
Gosh,
weren't they?
Super
Wow.
premature.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah.
daughter was 2'11", 2 pounds 11, and my
Crikey,
son was
that's
3'10".
tiny. Oh
So, and they were in NICU for 5 weeks. So we hadn't gone to any classes,
No.
hadn't met anyone that had babies our age or was expecting.
Mm.
And so suddenly we were forced into this environment that was completely alien and we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Luckily, with the incredible NICU lot in the NHS, they taught us everything we need to know, really,
incredible.
or everything that as the basics. And when you can change a nappy in an incubator,
Yeah, that's
Um, you can do it everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So that's always, but yes, that was a horrible, horrible 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, I think it's tough generally as a parent, but to have that experience and then, as you said, go from just being like a regular guy, just, in Chelsea, brilliant. And then going, I'm now a dad. We're now dads.
Yeah.
And our kids in the NIC, yeah.
Well, that was also a pain in the ass because in my mind, I was like, I was brought up in Southampton and grew up in Southampton. I always look at my passport and go, could have been a nicer place to have been born than Southampton, really. And so I was like, what's lovely is it's going to say Chelsea because it'd be Chelsea and Westminster. We were booked in.
Nice.
They were born in Durham.
Oh.
But I'm absolutely delighted because it was terribly upsetting because the NICU in Sunderland was better. And so my son decided to stop breathing on the first night. And so he got rushed to Sunderland. So we had to spend 2-3 weeks in Sunderland, which, no offense, is a toll. And
I was actually born like 20 minutes away.
Well,
from
you-
Sunderland, but,
but it is
that was
the
fun
hospital, although they were absolutely amazing there, they really were very good. It smells like cigarettes in that hospital because people are outside smoking and it wafts into what feels like a kind of airport hangar in there.
Gosh.
And so it just stinks of cigarettes. It's really gross. So that was always something you remember. But thank God, it doesn't say Sunderland on their passport. At least we've got Durham.
Yeah.
But I was expecting Kensington and Chelsea. I thought, what a wonderful thing
That
to
would
have.
be nice.
Yeah,
Such a
lovely.
strong passport that
Yeah,
would have
isn't
been,
it?
eh?
What about, would you have another one just to get the name on the passport?
No, because whatever, they'll probably be born up there as well.
Right,
You've no
okay.
idea. Or
Yeah.
God, no, I absolutely do not want any more children.
You're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a little bit upsetting in a way because we've still got 5 embryos.
Oh, wow.
And so that's
wow.
something that,
Would you donate them?
again, it's hard. Morally, it's a really weird place to, where do you go?
Uh,
What do
yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
1 in a trillion chance of being able to be born.
Yes.
And they've
Yeah.
come that far and
Oh.
they probably won't make it. And that upsets me more than, and I get airtime in my head about that quite a lot. Weirdly.
A friend of mine had the same issue. She was like, we've got these embryos. We don't know what to do with them. And they're still just on ice. And she's still not really sure.
Yeah.
It's a, yeah. I
And
can
it costs
understand
£1,200 a year to keep them on ice.
Yeah. It's very,
That decision might be made very soon.
Yeah,
I
I know,
guess.
right?
Yeah. So hold on a second. I could use that money wisely.
And do your kids, do they understand they got 2 dads? Do you like talk about it? Like, your mum was Bex and, is it all?
They don't really know. I mean, they're too small for it at
Yeah.
the moment.
What's your plan to have a discussion? I refer to my parents have fostered for years and we have a foster brother.
Mm.
Now to my children that are 8, 6 and 1, they've only ever known him as my brother. So when we have those conversations and they'll say to my mum, oh, did you have, when you had a foster brother, what was a birth like? And ask questions. And my mum's kind of like, oh, sometimes you get caught off guard to answer questions. Is there a plan one day to have a discussion or
My
not?
plan is of grandeur. And I want to somehow find Neil Patrick Harris and speak to him about it. Because he was one of the reasons why I wanted to have children. Because
Right.
he had twins, boy and girl. And they are fabulous and they're funny and they're cool and they're a wonderful family. And that's one of the reasons why it pushed me towards it.
Mm.
Because I thought he was amazing. But
Oh.
they seem all happy and wonderful, and I'm sure they all do online, but I need to get advice on what to do and what's right and what's not, because I don't know what is right or not.
So the same friends of mine who have their embryos on ice, lesbian couple, they got a sperm donor, and every Father's Day, their children are now 12, 10, twins. And so they had an eldest and then twins. Every Father's Day, they let off a balloon and say thank you to whoever's sperm that was.
Terrible for the environment.
I mean, awful for the environment,
Well,
but
the poor turtle
the
choking
kids
on
now
that.
know that their dad was in this balloon that's now flying over planet Earth. Yeah, it's not the best. Maybe don't do that.
I often think about this, and this is a bit odd.
Yeah.
Where we got our eggs from, we had a marathon journey trying to do this. We started off in America, then we went to Mexico, then Cyprus, then it happened in London.
Wow.
But the beginning, we knew who the donor was and fabulous. We saw pictures of her. We have no idea what this person looks like.
Oh,
or
really?
anything.
Oh,
We've
I
never
thought you
seen
knew
her.
who she was, like actual, like.
We knew the first one. The babies that have come from this bunch of eggs, we've never seen a photo. We know basic information about them.
Because I thought it was like a catalogue where you could kind of look down and see images and a bit of a bio.
In
about-
America, it's like Tinder for choosing a baby parent.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really
Wow.
interesting, and it's a fascinating thing to do. It's
Wow.
it's amazing because you're literally like, well, yeah, I like her blonde hair. I like that brunette hair,
Yeah.
whatever. And in America, you can do that. In Britain, you absolutely can't. On their 18th birthday, they will receive a letter from the egg bank with all of her details on it. So
My
I find
goodness.
this really, and if they want to contact her, that is legal and very much if you want to do that, and I wouldn't mind the slightest.
Whose sperm was it?
I haven't discussed that. at
Oh.
all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
do you want to?
Probably not, because it's
Okay.
not my decision to say.
Okay.
There will be something, but
Do you know?
yeah,
Okay, fine. But it's not common knowledge yet.
it's not common knowledge, but there's a reason why.
Okay. All right.
I will tell you
Okay.
off camera.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm so
Little
excited.
exclusive.
That's brilliant.
It's
Right,
it's
cool.
actually fascinating, like with like technology and what can be done, and the fact that you and your partner wanted to have a family. You can have a family. You've got this amazing lifestyle. You've got this amazing home, and you can bring your kids up with love and everything.
Mm.
What did you find the hardest part about bringing the babies from Sunderland, bringing the babies home? What was that like? You know, the first couple of 3-4 weeks where it's like, sorry, when do we sleep? Like, did you have a nanny from the get-go, or were you straight into the
straight
trenches?
Into it. And it was probably 6 weeks we did it on our own, not knowing what we were doing. And it is so difficult.
It's really difficult.
I can't remember the first 6 months, I don't think, really.
Well, we're all so sleep deprived. But twins who were premature.
Yeah.
I mean, that's proper in the trenches.
Shall I add some madness into that?
Always.
For the first 8 weeks, my house was rigged up with cameras as well.
Did you argue with each other?
Yes.
Yeah,
we definitely
like,
did that.
I feel like the arguing goes up a level when you have a child with anyone.
Yeah.
My husband and I was like, we don't think we're not very argumentative people. That soon changed after becoming parents.
But it does
like,
that.
Over like
so
who?
tired.
Like, did you not put the bins out, Andy? And he's like, no, I didn't. Did you? And I'm like, well, no, because I'm sat here breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't put the bins out.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this is so ridiculous. Like, if me 5 years ago would have looked at myself in that moment, I'd be like, it doesn't matter. Like, you didn't empty the dishwasher. No one's going to die. Like, we're okay.
No, but it's the tiredness. The tiredness is an absolute killer. And,
forgetting your PIN number. You forget everything. You don't know your own name.
Wine was so important though, wasn't it? I must admit, wine was terribly important. Wine.
I was just about to say, I feel like parents, well, I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but do you feel like you're drinking now more now that you're a parent?
Yeah.
Straight away.
Legitimately. And I think that's okay. In Britain.
Yes.
You speak to anyone American about this and you're the worst human in the world.
Oh gosh.
How does it work with your nanny then? Is she there 9 to 5? Because obviously with your job, you
9 till 7, 5 days a week.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But just to piss everyone off hugely.
Oh God.
My kids sleep till 9 a.m. every morning.
And they go to bed at what time?
6.
I was just about to say
they go to bed at 6 o'clock at night and they sleep till 9.
And have done from about 4
Sorry,
months.
start again. They go to bed at what time?
6 o'clock.
And they wake up at 9?
9 p.m.
Like what are they doing during, what's a nanny doing? Like
are you drugging them?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Are you giving them wine?
No, yes. Oh, no. But that's funny you say that because I did turn around at a kid's birthday party the other day and Cosma had my wine in her hand. I was
give it back.
I was like, that was so,
you are extremely lucky.
And both of them do it as well.
They both do it? Is this something that your nanny or you guys have implemented in them?
What does the nanny do with them during the day? And could my little girl, who's the same age, could she tag on? Could she just come and have a play date and make her go to sleep?
Well, we are so lucky, and they don't really nap during the day. I mean, they go to play groups, they go to museums. We're so lucky to be in walking distance of museums.
Yeah, but that's a long sleeping time. I can't really get my head over that. They don't wake up at all.
No.
So how long have they done that for? How long have they had
about 4 months.
Oh my God, get out.
I know.
That's
why I said everyone's going to be pissed off.
So the first like 6 weeks was really difficult. And then what happened was at 4 months, they decided to sleep for
they
more than half the day.
Yeah, they loved it. And they love it. They're so lazy.
Do you want to get them into telly? Are they going to be on the show? Are they on the show?
They have made appearances on the show.
Yeah.
I think people... we were so lucky. People were so invested in our journey from day one. So Gareth and I not only got married on camera, we went through the initial process of this on camera. We found out we had miscarried live on camera for the first time. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's one of those things. But I wanted if we were going to show what it was going to be like for two guys to have kids, I wanted to show the absolute raw dynamic of what it included. And so we did. And so now they're healthy, they're fabulous, lovely kids. I want to show what they're like now.
Yeah.
Because people have been on this invested journey with us, and I feel it's important to be able to show that.
Absolutely.
I want to hear more of the parenting fails, because it sounds to me like you've got two like little catwalk models. My daughter's a similar age. She's covered in mud. She likes to eat worms and she likes to vomit on my clothes. How do you leave the house looking pristine, and how do you keep them dressed? Like, does it bother you if they're really dirty and messy? Are you kind of like, get them changed? Or are you one of those, it's like you got a bit of vomit on your shoulder and you're about to film Made in Chelsea, just...
That adds to good storylines, really. If there is vomit on a suit or something like that, I've always said, wouldn't it be amazing to go to the BAFTAs with sick all down? You'd just be like, I'm so sorry on the red carpet. My daughter was sick 2 weeks before. Yeah. We can't do anything about it. Everyone, it's completely relatable. So,
I know it is, absolutely. Yeah. One of our guests, Connie the other day, was at the BAFTAs years ago, and she was... hand expressing.
Hand expressing,
yeah. She was, what's the word? Not salivating. Leaking? What's the word?
Lactating.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lactating.
Salivating from
Yeah,
your nipples.
salivating.
That's quite
She had a real
fabulous.
problem,
Yeah, yeah.
did Connie? She wasn't very well.
But yeah, puke on your suit. Why not? When you're out with your kids and your twins, and you're in a restaurant, which is always a bit chaotic, you
Yeah.
can never really eat a full meal and can't have a conversation. Do you have that with your group of friends? Does everyone have kids now? Are you all in it together?
Not really. We don't have that many friends with kids that are our age.
Yeah,
Because
which is tricky. Because do you feel like you're like?
yeah.
Do you understand that this is really hard?
Who
and-
do you WhatsApp at like midnight
Yeah.
asking
Or-
that
yeah.
question of like, is this normal?
Yeah,
Like, help
exactly.
Me, help me.
Or do your kids sit still in the pub and let you eat because they sound very amazing already?
It all depends. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just want to cry, and you just sit there and like
Aw.
it drives you mad. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we don't have that many friends with kids, and I think that's always been difficult because I've got friends that are kind of that immaculate friends that they've done everything by the book,
Yeah.
and it's really annoying. And their kid is perfect and speaks perfectly, and they go away on weekends with their other friends from what's the group's called?
Oh, NCT.
NCT, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Well, we didn't do any of that.
No.
So, and people are slightly punishing us sometimes because they're like, why do you not go out anymore? I'm like, because we can't.
Yeah.
I'm not, also, sorry, nowadays, it's not like back in when we were young and mum and dad would go out and give a tenner to a 15-year-old. They're £100 to go out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're so expensive.
Yes.
Babysitters.
Babysitters are, yeah.
That I kind of find now that I don't really want to go out as much. You have those friends that don't have kids, and it's like I by the time I've finished working, getting the kids ready for bed, putting them to bed, eventually I'm like, I just want to sit down and watch Netflix and have a cup of tea next to my husband and not speak. It'd just be boring.
It's you going out.
Yeah, I know, and
that's
like
great.
it's the cost of getting babysitters and
Yeah.
someone that's prepared to I've got 3 kids or twins
Mm.
that would come round and be like, they should be asleep. They shouldn't wake up. And then you think, like, when I was younger, there'd be a 15-year-old that my parents would have given
Yeah.
10 quid to and eat what you want in the fridge.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend would probably come round and that was babysitting.
It's a wonderful
then.
cliche in a movie, isn't it? The boyfriend coming around
Yeah.
snoggy on the sofa.
That's what our
Yeah.
babysitter's doing now. We've had her since she was 15. She's now 18. And she's now coming around with her boyfriend. And I'm a bit like, are you doing much babysitting or are
Yeah.
you just snogging? Not
It will
really
be
sure.
snogging,
It will be,
150%.
The
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
time.
gosh.
And that's if you're lucky. There might be more.
Oh, gosh, no.
On your clean sofas.
Oh, they're not clean. They're definitely not
On your
clean.
filthy sofas.
They're crusty.
They're
Yeah.
definitely
My
not
filthy
clean
sofas
now.
are getting more filthy. Oh, gosh.
But yeah, that's what it is. And it's... can you imagine going to a nightclub right now?
Honestly, it depends on the music.
I can't imagine it.
I'd think the thought of it's great, but the reality of thinking the kids are going to be up in the morning. And
It's-
if I drink,
Yes.
they are going to be up in the morning.
The hangover with twins. Have you experienced a hangover and looking after the twins the next day?
Yes. And that's when they were also very young. And now I can sort of deal with it more because we have a little cinema room in our house that we've turned into the playroom.
Right.
And it has a door on it that we can shut. And so I go in there and it's a bit of it's a nice Sunday space that we can sit there and put on something on the television
Nice.
and they will play. And they don't sit there and watch television. They play
Yeah.
whilst it's on in the background.
Yeah.
And what are they like do you meet up with the other Made in Chelsea cast members with their kids? Do you all get together?
I had a massive argument with one of my best friends, Binky, a couple of nights ago because she was like, you don't make any effort anymore. And I'm like, Binks, I've got twins. You've got 3 kids. Between us, we've got 5 kids. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's tough.
it's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's tough.
And you're
It is a lot, yeah.
you're outside of London a bit. I'm in central London. It's logistically getting there is hard. And I have to have someone with me because a double pram is a pain in the arse.
Yeah. And all the stuff you need to take, the snacks,
Oh,
the
the
drinks, like
everything. Yeah.
everything, nappies. Yeah.
We
How's-
have been quite lucky. They have been on 27 flights. So
Oh,
far.
my
That's
word.
impressive.
So when they were in Sunderland, there was a bit of an issue where they had to be flown down by an ambulance jet
Wow.
because it was too far to come in an ambulance. And so they started life on a little private jet.
Oh, my
Which I think is
God.
quite fabulous.
You loved
That's
it, didn't
brilliant.
you? Yeah.
That's
6
brilliant.
months after that, we decided to go to Barbados in business. And that was quite wonderful. We had a lovely time, long flight, nightmare with the kids, but it was fine because they slept.
Of course it is.
And then,
Yeah, of course they did.
of
Yeah.
course they did because they're sleepers.
What was the nightmare then on
And
the plane?
well, then we went to Ireland and they cried the entire journey. And I was like, this is a nightmare. And
It's
I
only
realized,
an hour.
well, I realized why. I realized what someone said on the first flight. And I said, no, it's actually their 15th flight. And they started off on a private jet. They've been business. Now they're in economy. That's why they're crying.
God.
Oh my God. That's brilliant.
From now on, it's like they're only business.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Brilliant. How has your mum, who is actually with us today in the studio, how's she been as a grandmother? Is this the first time she's a grandmother?
No, she's got 2 already from my sister.
Okay.
So I think
she's
that was
seasoned.
a good basic training.
Yeah.
They are very, very different, me and my sister, in our bringing our children up, manners and stuff like that.
Okay.
Not manners as in like that. They're very polite children.
Are you very
But-
hot on manners? Is that
I
really-
will be,
Yeah.
certainly. But
Oh yeah.
they live basically on a farm and we live in central London. So
Right,
it's
it's very
they're
different,
completely
yeah.
different
Yeah.
children.
So are they more feral, would you say?
They've got chickens and mud and worms and all that kind of stuff. We live in Chelsea. It's a very different world.
That's brilliant.
But
yeah.
yes, mum's loved being a grandmother and she's a very good grandmother. But we
Aw.
don't get to see her that much because she lives down in Southampton. So we don't have any family around us to help. So that's been tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
It's a bit of a transition sometimes where you can just take it for granted, like, oh, I'm going to go to the shop
Mm.
or I'm just going to go and I've got an appointment. And it's like, well, hold on a second. No, because who's going to look after, and, you know, like if your partner's working and you think, well, I can't do it. I can't get, or I take the kids with me.
Yeah.
And
Yes, but he does have a nanny 5 days a week from 9 till 7, was it?
Yeah.
And does
Just
she ever
saying,
do
yeah.
weekends? What about on a Saturday night? If you think, oh, should we go out? Or,
Well, we are actually taking her away next week.
Oh, that's
We're going to
nice.
Norway on a P&O cruise.
Are you?
you?
Oh, nice.
Which is an interesting situation. I've never done a cruise before.
No, I haven't.
Well, they're supposed to be really amazing.
Apparently, and she used to work on a P&O cruise herself.
Oh.
So it's going to be really
She's
interesting.
ideal.
And the only thing that worries me is if anyone gets neurovirus. Because do you know what I mean? And then suddenly
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
the kid having twins with neurovirus would
Yeah,
be
no,
the
that'd be-
worst.
Have they
situation in
gone
the
through
world.
any illnesses yet? Have you gone through that projectile vomit or punami situation twice?
Yep. Punami situation is wild. And at
It's-
one point, I remember literally, this was only a couple months ago, literally holding my son in a shower because he was absolutely covered in
Yeah.
and which isn't ideal. And then I got my daughter, put her on my lap while I was trying to do something else, and then she peed on me. And I was like, for about an hour and a half before bedtime, we were crazy running around, and I literally had her wee all over my crutch and all over down to my knickers, completely soaking.
Oh.
And I just realised that I was just walking around for an hour and a half with my daughter's on me. It's pretty gross.
I mean, that's parenting, though, isn't it?
But it's
That is-
all right.
Yeah.
You kind of get used to it.
You do get used to the smells and the stains. I've got a stain on my dress right now. I'm just going to cover it up. That is all part of it, I suppose. It's got to, roll in the poo and stuff.
But
It
I
just
sort
becomes
of-
like the new normal. Have they got any tendencies where you're like, oh, don't do that, like stop doing that? Like my
Yes.
daughter climbs and she'll stand on, like where you have the flush of the toilet, she'll stand on the ledge and she's like, Mummy, and I'll turn around and be like, why are you climbing?
Yeah.
Like your brothers never did that. Do they do anything that you're like, whoa, stop?
Apollo will climb everything forever, and he will do everything he possibly can. They go to a kind of a play centre every kind of day or two, whatever like that.
Do you
Soft
ever
play.
go to the
soft
soft
play.
play?
Yeah, again, really good hangover space.
Oh,
Like it's
God.
actually no, I actually quite like it.
Are
It's
you
quite
serious?
good 'cause
Oh,
I can
do
sit
you?
there
Or maybe
and-
your soft play is
and
a lot posher than
it's really
than
posh.
mine.
I
Is
think,
it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think your
God.
soft play is
there
probably
air
a lot
conditioning?
posher.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
air
Yeah, of
conditioning?
course, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We're delighted, first dad on the podcast.
Yeah,
I feel like
first
we've only
dad.
scratched like the parenting
Well, I
fails.
can come back.
Well,
That's fine.
I feel like we need a part 2 because I want to know more about the whole sperm situation as well.
Oh, I tell you what, we could talk about sperm for a long time.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. It's a weird thing to do on a Tuesday afternoon. Isn't
It is. It
Wednesday
is. Is it
afternoon?
when? What, no, it's
Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna. Yeah, we
I mean, there you go.
yeah.
No
Another thing
idea.
about parents, no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
That's
So are
exactly
you-
baby
Update
brain.
us. Anyway, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us
Thank
on
you.
No Parental Guidance. I feel like you could probably do some parental guidance. You sound like you've
I
more
know.
with it than we are.
I know. Maybe we're just really bad parents.
Or
and you're-
just
you've got it
trying
all
to
together.
get through.
We are
let's
just
face it.
yeah, we're all winging
Yeah.
it. We all don't really have a clue what the hell's going
With
on.
wine, if you can.
With
Yeah.
wine. In fact, should we go and grab a glass?
I think we should.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Thank you so much.
So hopefully we just bring some relatable comedy to your chaos and prove that you're not alone in this madness.
On that note, we'll talk about some parenting fails, shall we?
I love these parenting
For this week,
fails.
so do I.
Love 'em.
Especially when you know somebody's at home and they've typed a message to be like,
is it mine? Is it mine?
yeah, is it me? I was having work done at home. We didn't have a boiler or hot water. So after dropping my son at nursery, I decided to shower at work. I got in and got my shampoo, conditioner and towel out and had a lovely warm shower. Sounds like bliss.
Yeah.
All was good, but I was drying myself and I could smell wee.
Oh no.
And it was getting stronger and stronger. Then I realised that my toddler had weed on my towel. It had dried and I was cleaning myself with said towel. The worst part was he must have weed on it over a week ago
Oh no.
when we went swimming. So it's just stale, dry wee in the towel.
Oh no.
She'll have smelt like sugar puffs all day.
Oh no.
All day. It's
And-
like that fusty, kids, sometimes they smell like an attic, don't they? That fusty attic wee smell. But they do. And they breathe on you sometimes and you're like, ugh. God, like I love you so much, but on a morning when the kids, you want that little cuddle and you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, jeez, God,
Yeah.
God, Bradley, what did you eat? A sandwich?
Oh God, bless
Yeah.
her though. Can you imagine? Oh, a nice clean shower. No. Just when you think you're having a good time.
Like drying your hair
Yeah.
with like
Oh,
urine in the
gosh.
towel. Oh dear, poor person.
Poor person.
Love
I
that
think
one.
this is. Here we go. This is a bath time story. It was bath time, and after nursery pickup, it's always a bit chaotic with my toddler. He's overtired and generally doesn't want to do anything I'm suggesting. I eventually was able to run a bath while containing him, whipped his nappy off, turned the taps off, and as I was just about to turn around and put him in the bath, I could hear the grunting noises and saw the red face as he was doing a poo.
Oh God.
I could see it coming out, and I didn't know whether to catch it or just let it drop. It was tiles, so I thought let it drop and then chuck him in the bath and deal with it when he's safely away from it. He then decided to move his feet
Oh no.
and slip backwards in the poo. Oh my God, smacking his head on the floor, crying while still pooing with poo all up his back and in his hair. Oh my
no.
God. I picked him up and dumped him in the bath screaming while I worked on the cleanup. The smell of poo still lingers in my nose now. Oh my gosh.
And that's the sort of thing that as a parent is like a normal evening. But other mum, you wouldn't message your
You're
friend and be
so
like, guess
right.
what's just happened?
Yeah.
You can't even audio message someone and be like, so I thought I'd just let him poo on the tiled floor. I'll let him do that and then deal with it in a bit. And then it went up his back and his hair and then slid it. And all of a sudden you've got this narrative that's like, did that actually happen?
that
It's
happen?
like,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you have children.
And then your husband comes home from work going, I had a really hard day today. Like, no,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, you are not
No, you
sweating
didn't.
profusely
You're
like
not.
I
You
am.
haven't got poo particles up your nose. Oh no, that is really stressful though. I think in those situations, if you see a poo coming, I don't know, maybe just grab them, chuck them over the toilet as soon as you can. Just to avoid that.
It's like when they're that small though as a baby, it's like, well, what do you do?
Yeah, I know.
Because then you're getting sweaty and like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that poo face, when you see the toddler or
Yeah.
like trying to kind of like, oh God.
Always
I'm-
when they're in the high chair, isn't
Yeah.
it? And they just start getting into their eating when you're weaning and you're so under pressure
Yeah.
as a parent because they're underweight as a baby and the health visitor will tell you off if they don't
Yeah.
put a pound on. And you're like, you need to eat. And then you think, if I take them out of the high chair while they're doing a poo, they're going to stop eating and I need them to eat. But they can't sit with a poo in their pants.
No.
And sometimes it's, yeah.
Yeah. Like what's worse? What's worse? It's when they're starting to potty train and they kind of like hide behind certain bits of furniture and do the poo, but you still get the kind of like the crouching and the face. My sister and I used to crease up laughing looking at my son doing that. We're like, oh, he's going for a poo, just standing in the corner doing a poo.
And it's like when they close their eyes if you can't see them. You're like,
Oh,
oh, we can
so
still see
cute.
you.
We
I
can
know.
still see you.
So cute, but they stink. So next one, my daughter had just turned 10 and received a generous gift card to a popular online clothing store from her grandparents. I was busy with my 5-year-old, but told her she could browse online and pick out a few things, trusting her to be sensible. A few days later, a package arrived. I opened it to find a single, very fancy designer handbag. Not a child's bag, but a high-end adult accessory. It turns out that had meticulously searched for the most expensive item on the site, used the entire gift card balance, plus used my credit card details on Google Pay, explained the
no.
concept of value and appropriate spending to a disappointed 10-year-old with a designer bag she couldn't use was quite the challenge.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness
no.
me.
Did she say how much it was?
It doesn't say on here, but I mean, an expensive designer bag.
I mean, it's designer, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
And then the credit card as well.
Yeah,
I tell you what, these kids are clever.
I know.
Yesterday, my daughter, on our Alexa screen, where she calls me from, bought a tent for £80. Just bought it. Just pressed a button. And I get a notification on my phone And I'm like, no. But thank God I saw the notification. But I don't know how they're so tech savvy.
Yeah.
They know how to do these things.
And you've planted that seed by going to such a great festival the previous weekend. And now she's like, do you know what? I want a tent.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think that's exactly it.
That's it.
She was like, I want a tent. I want to go to my own festival.
And she's like, I will get a tent because my mum's going to pay for it.
Oh my gosh.
Alexa.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I might have to. Is there a password you can put on Alexa?
I don't know. I think we need some tech people to come in and tell us how we can prevent our kids from buying stuff with our credit cards, Google, Apple, whatever it is. And Alexa, we need some restraints.
Yes. My son also did this thing, very clever. You know, face pay, when you pay Apple Pay, you need your face. So my son will literally like press the button and go, Mum, and I look and he goes like that, ding. And then it gets bought. And I'm like, you've just bought something. And he's like, I need your face. I'm like, wow, okay.
I don't know about you, but I always do this when I go to unlock my phone. I pull like a gurning face and like move my chin as if I'm like a contortionist, like moving up and down. Just, no, you don't do that.
No.
Okay,
what,
fine.
Because to look better? Or?
No, just in case it doesn't recognise me because I've changed so much since I got my phone like a couple of years ago. I've had a couple of kids since then and I just think one day it's going to be like face not recognised.
No,
if anybody else does that, I'd love to know, please.
No, there have been some moments where I said, my phone says face is not recognised. And it's either when I'm really glammed up and I look great or really like first thing in the morning, it's like, don't recognise your face. And I'm like, nor do I, mate, nor do I. Right, let's look at this one. My son, who is 13 and going through a phase where he wants to assert his independence in every way possible. He just wants to be cool and just copy everything the footballers do. He was asking for a new haircut. Oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
And I told him we'd go to the hairdressers together. However, one Saturday morning, he took matters into his own hands. He'd taken my husband's beard trimmers and decided to give himself an edgy, asymmetrical haircut. Oh my gosh, so teenagers do this too, not just little ones. The result was less edgy teen and more buzzcut with step. If people don't know what a buzzcut is, I know this because my 13-year-old has one. It's all like, it's basically a skinhead in a way, but a longer one. There were chunks missing. Oh God. One side was significantly shorter than the other. And he managed to create a bald spot near his ear. Oh my God. There wasn't much salvaging anyone could do. That was an interesting conversation with school on Monday. Typically, it was me that got the telling off. Why? Why do kids do this? I thought it stopped by the age of, well, hopefully my kid did this last week.
Yeah.
13. Wow.
But did you not think you were a hairdresser during lockdown? I was Googling and YouTubing how to do skin fades.
No.
And I did that thing where I like shaved the bottom half of my husband's head. And because his hair was quite long during lockdown because everyone's waiting like try and get a haircut. So I just shaved the bottom half of his head and then I ran off with the trimmers. And I thought it was hilarious. But then I was like, how do I do a skin fade? I thought I was brilliant. And I looked back at the pictures of lockdown and my kids had chunks missing out of their hair.
Oh, wow.
But I just would get like some gel and cover it. I don't know. It was terrible.
They just had like really long hair.
Just let it grow.
I did dye my own hair with a bottle dye. And I've got to say, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Have you ever dyed your hair unintentionally the wrong shade?
No, but I have been to hairdressers who have done that for me.
Yeah, when you didn't ask for that.
I didn't ask for it and gone like, oh, thank you so much for my hair. It's so nice. And then gone, I didn't want this at all. But it's all about finding the right hairdresser. I found them now. But there were times, in fact, one of them was during lockdown when you go with your mask on.
Yeah.
And I was so happy that my mask was on because under my mask I was like, but yeah.
Never to be seen again with that hairdresser.
No.
Next one is I'm a new mum with a 3-month-old in the trenches.
Oh, the trenches.
Bless her, very sleep deprived. But I thought a little self-care was in order. I'd bought an at-home eyebrow tinting kit, hoping to look a bit more done without the salon trip. I applied the solution to my brows and set a timer for the recommended 5 minutes, but my baby woke up before I'd finished, so I quickly went in to settle her. After settling her, I just carried on with my morning, getting some breakfast, having a coffee, sorting some laundry. When after 30 minutes, I realised, oh, bum, my eyebrows. Panic set in. I ran to the bathroom, looking in the mirror and tried to wipe off the tint. But the damage was done. Instead of perfectly tinted brows, I had one large, uneven and utterly jet black block plastered across my forehead. For the next week, despite endless scrubbing, I sported what looked like a bad DIY Halloween costume. all because I got totally distracted.
Oh, bless her.
I bet she felt so good when she'd settled the baby again, having a coffee and
no.
going about a day. I'd love to see a picture of that.
I'd love to see a picture of that. The only thing I could think of is, that character Red from Angry Birds with the really big, thick black eyebrows. Oh, bless her.
Because you have to put the dye on, out on the outline, way above the outline of the brow, don't you?
I hope she got that sorted. I don't even know what you'd do to get that off.
No.
Maybe there's a hack to get it off.
She probably thought the baby just looked really shocked all the time. Looking at can you imagine? The baby's probably like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
It's so great to hear all your stories so we can all just laugh and cry together. So please do continue to send them in.
I'll tell you, we love hearing them. We absolutely love them. So you can DM us on Instagram at No Parental Guidance, or feel free to slide into our DMs. We love them. We love them.
I need a picture of the eyebrows.
Yes, if you have a picture to go with it, send it in as well. We can share it here.
Love it.
Thanks for tuning into today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed the conversation and don't feel as alone in the parenting trenches.
Now don't forget to like and subscribe, share the podcast with your friends and leave us a review. It really helps us to grow.
And also follow us on social media for updates and behind the scenes content.
So until next time, take care and tune in for the next episode.